And we're back with CEO of Telluride Ski and Golf, Bill Jensen. Bill, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you guys. It's enjoyable to be here.
Yeah, so it's shaping up to be a great year on the mountain, it seems like.
You know, we had a great start in October with natural snowfall, particularly up high. So places like Gold Hill, Chair 12 really benefited from that.
Yeah.
But in November, our snowfall totals were less, and we really had to convert back to our snowmaking expertise and talent. And we've been working aggressively with that, and we're really targeting trying to complete all our snowmaking activities by the end of December.
Wow. Yeah, I know a lot of my friends work for the snowmaking team, and you guys have some of the hardest workers out there.
Those guys, that is an incredibly intense job in difficult conditions. We've really invested in technology over the years, and it's certainly made it a bit easier than perhaps it was a decade ago, but it still requires a lot of perseverance to get that accomplished. But we're having success. I think tomorrow we'll have Telluride Trail open, which down into town, which for the community and for the ski area, to have that open on December 19th, well before Christmas, is a real accomplishment and a credit to that team.
Yeah.
We've been making snow over in the mid sections of Sundance and Double Cabins and the Galloping Goose to get ski in, ski out access for all those homes and have Chair 10 open, and we're targeting that still for this weekend. Saturday and maybe Sunday for Chair 10 to get that open. So that's a big one. And then we still want to get back to Chair 5 and do a little more work on Polar Queen and Sheridan Headwall. And then the Terrain Park, which we've been working on and having that come together. And then kind of our signature send-off to snowmaking is doing Milk Run. Which is everybody's favorite, including one of mine.
Is it?
So, I really think that the fall line there and the pitch and the eastern exposure, the view and the sun in the morning, it's just an incredible run to ski. So those are the things that we're finalizing and working on over literally the next 7 to maybe 13 or 14 days, and hopefully we'll be finished with snowmaking, and we'll be looking to Mother Nature to do her job and bring this along.
Keep it flowing, yeah. And I mean, the ski resort has been getting some incredible accolades. The Condé Nast, Forbes. Tell us a little bit about, just the recognition. It's super exciting. I mean, it's my favorite ski resort in all the land, but I'm biased.
And I want to say, in fairness, it really is accolades for the Telluride community, and the ski resort is part of that. But Telluride is such a special experience for all our guests, and it's the town, it's the scenery, it's the ski mountain. And as a group, we put all that together. I'm really pleased. When you think of Condé Nast, we don't have. It's a voted piece. Several 100,000 people vote.
Wow.
And the fact that Telluride has received that acknowledgement or that honor 6 of the last 7 years as the #1 resort destination is really important. And then the Forbes piece, it's interesting. They have an algorithm that they use to determine which, now we're back kind of to the resort side, though I'll talk a little bit about Telluride's role in that as well. They use an algorithm based on snowfall, based on terrain, based on a lot of things. And, we moved up this year from #4 to #2. In theirs, and it's a North American model. So Jackson Hole was one, and Telluride was a strong second in that. And then the list works down. Colorado as a whole did well in their top 10 ranking, but it's nice to see Telluride. I was happy to be on the list, but the higher we are, the better.
Yeah.
But the article with Forbes started out with a basically calling Telluride the alpha of all mountain ski towns.
Yeah, I had read that. Yeah.
And I think that's one of the nicest accolades we could have for the community, and there's a reason for it. That collectively we care very much about the authenticity and the character of Telluride, and we work hard to preserve that.
We do, yeah. We so appreciate all the visitors, and it is such an amazing community to be a part of. And it's really, it's always reassuring when you know that according to humans and robots, you're one of the best ski resorts around.
And I think that's a great way to summarize that, the Forbes is a bit an algorithm. The computer can push it out, right?
Yeah.
And the Condé Nast is, readers and people who experience Telluride saying it's the best. So it's a great way to think about that. Is we had a robot and people make the same decision. So it's wonderful.
Yeah. And let's talk about some recent accolades that you received as an individual. I mean, inducted into not only the Colorado Ski and Snowboard Hall of Fame, but now, which you'd been a part of for 9 years, it sounds like, but recently inducted into the USA Ski and Snowboard Hall of Fame. So what a treat.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very humbled by that honor. I was actually elected a couple months ago. There's a process where different people are nominated for the U.S. Ski Hall of Fame, and then you're elected. And the induction ceremony is actually on April 6th in Salt Lake. And Bodie Miller was also elected, and Andrew Wybreck, and both of those guys, I've seen them win Olympic medals in person, and it's going to be fun to share it with them. And then another close friend, Tom Kelly, that was the communications and PR director for the U.S. ski team for 30 years, is being inducted. So, fun to share that honor. It's unusual for someone who works in the resort side to be inducted. There's a lot of names we all know, incredible ski racers over the last 50 years that are very much a part of the U.S. Ski and Snowboard Hall of Fame. I should add a few snowboarders in there as well. And then a more select list of people that have worked in the resort side of the industry. So.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you. Thanks.
And speaking of another local star, the ever-famous Gus Kenworthy, we are going to head over to our Retro Ride program with a 2014 clip of Gus Kenworthy from Native Son.